And question marks. I've been getting calls. Why isn't the child buried until now? And the cases. And the whole confusion around Latoya. The person who's going to give us, I know I said I will speak, but I have no many words today to speak. On behalf of the family, the daughter of Mama, Nontombi, Gwam, some they say Gwam, Pantu Gwam. Wonder what is really happening, Diana and so on. Kiratoli Lebu, I want to thank you for coming. Showing your concern of what is it that is really happening. And I want to thank the journalists, Star and Daily Sun, for coming to get the first-hand information. Because it's very sad that messages are just taken out of proportion and mislead people. It's not a really nice meeting, because we have lost a child. We almost lost a mother. But again, Dr. Gazi, this is the daughter of Mama Ntombi, Nontombi. She's called Esetu. She is umkaya of some of the journalists here. She's a Xhosa. You have some here who are in that department. And then other family members, Bangas, introduce us.
I'm Palisa Twala. Sister Ntombi is my aunt.
Oh, she's your aunt?
Yeah, and now I'm married to Twala.
Oh, now you're married to Twala?
Yes.
This is the Twala you...
This is my husband.
Is this is the man who took you from that side?
Yes.
And put you the other side?
Yes.
He's husbanding you. He's having you. All right. No, it's fine. Voice, but you have to be strong for your mom and just raise your voice so that bears her, because what you say here, you are not just talking to them, but we are talking through them. There are thousands of people, even millions of people who will hear what you have to say. You can share with us what you have prepared.
My name is... Okay. My name is Latoya Gwam. My mother is very sick and her condition arose because of the circumstances that started on the 23rd December 2017. My sister Latoya was ill and my mom took her to the Davidson clinic. My sister was not examined, nor was she given any form of treatment and medication. My mom left the clinic and went to look for an alternate doctor, and she went to the 3 doctors' room and found them closed. She found the 4th, who agreed to treat my sister Latoya for 930. This was money that my mom did not have, but given that my sister needed medical treatment. My mom somehow borrowed the money and paid the doctor. If my mom was not able to borrow the money, it means that my sister would not have been received any treatment. When we saw some media reports, we were even more distressed that some journalists could be so wrong and not be sensitive to the stress that they were causing to my mom and our whole family. Some of the TV footage was so terrible that my mom refused to look at it. But people in the community began to talk, and a few believed that my mom and our family did not care for Latoya. All this was caused by some media reports. Fortunately, the majority of the people in our community know us, and they know that we care and love Latoya. So they did not believe those negative media reports. When the media published the wrong photo, that caused most distress and problems in our family. But we have come to understand that the media journalists have a destructive agenda. They don't care what they write and how many innocent people they harm and destroy. They just want to sell their newspapers, and I can assure you some of the community members are very angry at what some journalists have been writing. Nontombi, my mother has experienced every mother's worst nightmare. Losing a child, not only that, she and her late daughter Latoya have been failed by the whole system to date. Justice has not been served. She has been failed by the whole system. She has been failed by the SAPS. She has been failed by certain of the media. Certain of the media failed her because they did not report correctly on the fact that the female paramedics assaulted her with an oxygen tank and fractured her leg. She said this in Davidson at home. Colonel Sigoma and of SAPS Alberton failed her on the 27th December 2017. Because SAPS did not register a case of culpable homicide and assault with intent to do GBH, when she went to the when she went to the police station, despite her grieving and despite her injury, her fractured leg. Nontombi did not receive a fair and impartial media coverage when the death of her child was reported by the media, and some of the media went out of their way to question her of her child. Some even suggested that she neglected to care for her child in the manner that she should have. This was unfair and it placed a huge strain and a burden on her. We are not rich people and we need financial assistance to do the burial. That is why Latoya's funeral has not taken place as yet. Our family needs to do the burial in the Eastern Cape. Many members of our family in Gauteng, so we need to make that and other arrangements. Prophet Mboro is praying for the actual funeral, but we need finance for transporting the family to the Eastern Cape. We need tents and catering. Prophet Mboro has been the only one helping us. Unfortunately, some of the media has taken upon themselves viciously and others continue to attack him. We appeal to all the media to leave our family alone and in peace so that we can continue to grieve without these attacks.
It's okay. It's okay.
We also appeal to the media to stop attacking Pastor Mboro so he can continue to help other poor people like us. Thank you.
I think we don't have anything further. anything you want to? We're not going to disclose exactly, but she's in the hospital. After all this pressure, we must bear in mind, she has never been trained to deal with this stressful situation. She's never spoken to the media in her entire life. And she doesn't know how the police and how the law operates. And the reports that has been coming. One, the child died in the ambulance. But you watch your TV and all the media houses were saying inside the church. Shifting the crime that was done by the paramedics. Standing against the word that she's a liar. The child died in the church. The picture of that baby who is SA, little daughter, how old is she? She's 1 year old. She appears on every television. We call them today, even your TV people, they're not here. To rectify the picture they put there, it's not Latoya's picture. It is SA2's daughter whose face was not covered. Another trauma. That little girl was declared dead, and she's alive. And they felt that it's a curse upon her. The community came now to ask what's going on. They were very furious. Some came to comfort, some were angry that we see this little girl. They say it's Latoya. Some who don't know Latoya, they say it is Latoya when she was young. The refusal by Colonel Koma, as she says, Albertine Police Station, to register the case. The station commander of culpable homicide and assault GBH. Where is she supposed to go? She's assaulted. The paramedics who covered their crime, they decided to go and open a false case against ProphetMborotimes of common assault. While they did assault GBH, throwing a tank, a steel tank, a cylinder, which was supposed to be used as an oxygen to the face of the child, to the life of the child. I'm just clarifying what she wrote here. I'm repeating it because you're asking. The very doctors who failed Latoya, the mother's fractured leg, she go to the doctor gave her an injection, pain tablets, and something to rub her leg. She must come after 2 weeks for an x-ray. Because they also, that doctor is influenced by what is said in the media. She came after. They bandaged her leg, no x-ray. The MEC comes, she says she wants an x-ray, she wants an investigation on this. This woman must be checked if she's injured, if she's not fractured. Coming from that doctor says, how did this woman survive such a terrible pain? She's fractured. Then they put a cement on it. Still the media is not saying anything. about the paramedics and the health system. He's still blaming her and Prophet Mborotimes. She went to the clinic. She was not given those drips and that assistance. Still she's blamed for coming to church by the commission. The person who spoke, Professor Msomi, saying they are going to investigate the church, not the paramedics, because they have an issue with the church. They are anti-Mboro, they are anti the church. They say churches are not hospitals. What was she supposed to do? The EMS did a wise thing. They were very smart. They ran to the media. We didn't run to the media because our care was the mother and the child. We're going to see all those things up to cover what they've done. The police who came to the scene never interviewed any member of our church. Never interviewed the mother of the child. Never interviewed any person who was there. How are you investigating a case? Because it's only a docket that will tell you it's a culpable homicide. She was never been told that the case is open of that inquest. She doesn't have money to cover their funeral costs. They've asked me, ProphetMborotimes, to assist them. I did offer my assistance with Incredible Happenings Funeral Services. But the only assistance I could give is only the funeral itself, the burial. The transport that goes with the burial, the coffin, and the people will be working to put it down. Namakasa, you know, the fridge, storage for the body of the child. That's all I can do. I can't do what I cannot do. So I've given the best that I can. We have asked to the journalists, she even said journalists, and the entire community. She has asked to the mayor, MEC for Health, minister, social department. Is there anyone who can assist? Because the family is big, they need more transport to go that side. They need caterers, they need other things, logistics. So when finally she decided, you know what? But decided as a family, Babang Batasala, Balinteng Bataya transport here, they will go home. She got a lot of calls that were asking her, where is the burial, when is the burial, and all this stress. And when she continued to see her name, not the paramedic, she's not even that paramedic, and bear in mind, there were two paramedics. This male paramedic, the one that we don't talk about him, because he didn't know what to do. He was just asking that one. That's why it's like, so how do they put someone who doesn't know what to do in an ambulance? We don't blame that guy, he was just shaking, he didn't know what to do. He was counting on that one who was his senior to give instruction. So we are talking of a woman here who has a fractured leg. So she felt what is best for her, is to take her own life. We were not going to, I was not going to say that, but because already the neighbors were coming in and going out, and some were there when she was taken by an ambulance, and then babonile abantu. And if you don't give the right information from the source to the media, somebody will come and give the wrong information. So we felt for it. Let's call and just inform you what that right now we were supposed to have done it. Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday it was already finalized that they are leaving. Unfortunately, she took the poison on Tuesday. Tuesday night, and then it happened. What kind of a poison is it? We're not gonna be talking about that. Which hospital? Because everyone will be going to ask a question. She doesn't need questions. She needs help. She needs sympathy. We call upon the whole country to rally behind her in this difficult moment. I'm also having a lot of responsibility. You must understand, I'm running a construction company. I'm running a big church. I'm running a funeral service. I'm running a funeral parlor. I've got other things that I do, but I dedicated my time to help. So when you take a break to look at other things, when I looked at other things, sending support. And then as a result, she collapsed. People from the church, they do go there and pray. And they must stop saying the child who died at the custom photo. That also affects. And we complained. The letter of complaint that she wrote, it went to the Provincial Commissioner, Honorable General Dilange, and the National Commissioner. The other one, they took it to IPD, but the office of General Dilange came back to us, and they sympathized with the family and us in this situation. And then they took the case to register it. Now, the case was supposed to be registered yesterday after the intervention of General Dilange. Unfortunately, the mother now is in a critical condition. She was not able to be there to sign because the statements are there are documents that she must sign, and then so that the case can be taken, investigated, and the paramedic who is continuing with a job, killing innocent people, she can also be charged because there's an evidence there of assault GBH. And that is a very important thing right now, is that the criminal who injured a woman and killed her daughter with her negligence is free. And there's nothing that this family can do about it. So what we are going to do is, when I leave here, I'm going to assist the family. And you must bear in mind, the family doesn't have transport.
Just one more question, hopefully it's my last. During Latoya's memorial service, some officials advised that they will join hands in contributing for the burial. How did that go?
All I know, you can ask them. I can't speak for them. But from the city of Ekurhuleni, they promised what? They promised a quantum. That's all. But you see, there are logistics in the funeral. These people have nothing. So now, all I'm asking, tomorrow it will be you, tomorrow it will be that one. What happened to this culture of helping each other? Instead of blaming each other. And right now we have realized there are many people who are dying and misdiagnosed. There's a lot of conflict ailing there. There are nurses and paramedics who are doing a great job. We really need to applaud them and appreciate the good work that they do. And not all of them are E1 because of those few who are doing that. So we decided, next week Sunday, we are going to invite the health department, whether it be the minister, whether it be the MEC, MMC, to say, here are the problems. People brought many problems about the clinics and the ambulances. How do we work together to prevent these things? We have also invited the traditional healers and the faith healers. I wish you could note that also. Because I don't see you taking it, consider it serious and taking it. You are not writing it. If it's not written, it doesn't exist. But I know I'll count on you. Those people, because right now, clinics are overcrowded, the hospitals are overcrowded. And some people also default on their medication. We need to talk about the issue of faith healing, traditional healing, medical science healing. Is there any healing by faith and prayer? Is it right or wrong? Just like the commission was blaming her to come to church for prayer, that the churches are not hospitals and clinics. If I have faith as in Mboro that I've got the high blood tablets, I've been taking them, I don't see, or I don't see any, I need a second opinion. Do I have a right or no right? Because according to the commission, people have no right. You can't come to the church. And what happens to a person who will have the same problem, Aliko Sangome, going there to the Kobela, going there to the Nyanga, and the person is complicating? When the ambulance arrive, will it be fair to ask why was the Nyanga in the car? Are we supposed to discriminate people's faith or work together? So we want to look into how we can help the health system. And we have very serious concerns about Batlankatsome. And we will be praying for the sick. Just like they say we cannot, we are going to pray for the sick. And we are going to, just like you investigate false healings of the false prophets and fake healings that people are being bought. Are people getting healed in Pastor Mboro's church? Is there any medical proof of anyone who's been healed in this church? Does God of the church heal? Is there any proof? We would like that investigation to be done. Because we have people who couldn't be healed in the hospital, they were healed here. And people are not fools, they watch these things. Why do we only write the miracles of the false and then we expose those pastors? If the true healing and miracles are happening, we don't report them. So we need to look at that, and then next week Sunday we'll be doing that. From this Sunday we are going to pray for the sick. But next week Sunday we are going to use our YouTube channel, our website, live, our Facebook. All the people in the hospitals will just be using their phones and hearing the prayer of the prophet and hearing the testimonies. And also we'll be also looking into the other methods of healing outside the hospital, the holistic health, because for a person to be healed, it needs a holistic approach. So we will be doing that next week Sunday. I think it will be the 21st, isn't it? 21st. We will be calling everybody to come and see the God of the Bible healing people, you know, and see really that through our prayers, through our God, the overcrowding. We are starting this, we are launching that actually. So we don't want to start by marching and all that. We want to call the leadership, even those who are of the EMS, to say, here are the challenges. People are being faint. You saw on Daily Sun, a person was injured in a tractor. The ambulance arrived too late. The person was dead already. Is there a shortage of ambulances? All those other things. Are there private companies? What ways that can be done to improve the situation? We just want to provide the solution instead of fighting and fighting. We want to see. So Latoya's life, it must be something that works for something else. But naturally, I have committed on the burial, on the funeral, but other logistics, the families, the municipality is not giving food, is not giving any financial aid. So we ask a good Samaritan. In the past, Mboro will do all this, but right now, I have to pay the legal fees of this false case that has been done on assault. Latoya's mom, she's going to need a legal advice, legal representation in all this drama that is happening to her. She definitely needs a legal aid, not from the government. I'm talking of legal assistance. So the money that one will have will be focusing on this legal battles that she's facing. As there's a lawsuit that must happen here, you know, that she needs to take, that they want to take a stand on it. In all the advices right now, since she's blamed, she's now blamed on the crime of negligence. She's also, you know, mentioned as one of the criminals. She will need legal representation. So for me right now is the child and the legal representation of me and her. But the rest of the food and other things, tomorrow, later, if I was better, will she leave immediately from hospital? Won't you look into her health if she's ready to travel 9 hours? I mean 11 hours.
What he said, we'll go to the hospital and ask the doctors before we take her. We'll ask the nurses and doctors for medical advice. If she's fit to travel in that condition. If she's not fit, we will arrange.
So in other words, right now, as it was supposed to have been done yesterday, the funeral, because of this now, because there was no other assistant, but bear in mind, the issue of the burial, of the funeral, is not the reason, it's not the funding of the funeral. It is additional transport for other family members and the entire logistics of the burial. People buy food, people do this, they slaughter this and that. They don't have that money to do their rituals that side because they believe, you know, she may be a Christian, she may believe something, the family believe whatever they believe, so there has to be the slaughter and all that. So there's no one who is working. So right now they need that time. But since there was no aid on that, they were going to do it without any of that, because my focus is her and the family that is living there to move to Eastern Cape. And you are talking of 11 hours here. It's Kamakwe. It's not a 5 hours drive. It's 12 hours, and she's lying there now in the hospital. But we want to thank the Office of the General for responding. You know, they sent Colonel Mdise, who came and spoke with us and arranged that criminal who injured the lady should also face the music. The case must be open, investigated. If it's found appropriate to prosecute, then they will do that. But we can't decide. That one, it depends on that. So that's the whole story.
And then just from the family, if you can just give us a comment about the logistics for the funeral. Like someone who's going to pick up the paper tomorrow, what do you want to say to them in terms of getting help for the burial?
Ucela ukuthi umlazi ngawundlulisa umuntu ozothatha iphepha kusasa. Angithi indaba enkulu la kudingeka imali yokudla netransport. Ubaba uMboro, you know, izinto ezangale nje zonke eziphathelene nomngcwabo, ngoba ubaba uMboro yena uyenza umngcwabo, but zonke izinto njengama-Afrika angithi niyachela amagusha niyenze ntontoni nokutsha yonke lento leyo. So I think that's what she said when she read the daughter. Right now we need that type of support. They need that. You see, all the time I've always covered everything, and people take it as if it's Mboro's job. You know, it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Even this one, for me, it's a big thing because this child will be buried in a very decent way. We don't want her to be put in a trailer, you know, going such a long way. She has to be, the eyes, everything must be the right chemicals. There mustn't be any smell, there mustn't be anything. So everything is top. The only part is not the issue of the funeral burial, is the other expenses, the logistics, catering and tents that side and all those other, because we can't live with anything, you know, it's too far. Already when you calculate those kilometers, and we had to use special cars because our cars, most were low. You need to get higher cars. The roads are not good there. So it's a very, let the people help them financially in this. It's also Christmas, it's also December. And please, the paramedic lost nothing. There are no bruises of assault. There's no sign of any assault. And that's why they say it's a common assault. But here is a person with assault GBH. Is broken, failed by the doctors who didn't diagnose it properly. Now the whole thing that you write in the media, the way it's put, it's all against them. But yeah, not the problems. I thank God or finally intervene, the Office of the General has taken it up to say it was wrong for the case not to be opened. Now she must sign those other documents with a statement. They rejected the statement. The statement must be taken, unfortunately, because of a condition yesterday. So today, when we leave here, tomorrow definitely you can put it there. We are sure the case will be registered because she will be in a position to sign. She has made a call. She can now speak. She couldn't speak. And we are glad she got there on time. So tomorrow is the financial assistance and the registration of the case. They have already committed that they will. We can't really fight you know, keep on blaming the police on that, because their leadership has taken over to say they will make sure. Actually, they came yesterday with the papers to sign. She will have a case number. At least when she sees that, it will also ease a pain that the person who assaulted her is working and is a hero, is protected by everybody. But her being the victim and the daughter, who was refused an oxygen, they are the ones who are blamed. So she couldn't take it. I don't care who says what. Until you get to the point where you have no money, you get assaulted, you get injured, you go to the police, nobody supports you. What do you do? I think on our side we done. But yeah, we are going to shame that commission, because we are going to be praying for the people who are sick, and we are going to prove that we have our own rights to believe, and they shouldn't only target this church. It means all people. If you go to the doctor, now I'm saying it, and they say there's nothing that they can do for you, you can't go and die. You want to pray, you want hope, you want something. If you die believing, it's okay. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, at least you died in hope, than to just live like that. People do get healed through our prayers. And next week Sunday, all the hospitals, we are putting a message there. If people will watch us on that YouTube, we will pray. Those who will come here, they will come here. There will be more healings. And we'll also be requesting those health practitioners will come and test people for sugar, for high blood, and make health, awareness, what they must eat, taking the medication, because we are not against them taking medication. To also give them a platform to encourage them how to take care of themselves and all those other things, to form that partnership. We'll not only deal with the pastors, we'll also, because we don't discriminate, even the traditional healers, they'll come and share with us their story. We want everyone who has any belief in healing apart from medicine to be given that. No, I think we're done. Thank you for coming, and we hope. But apart being journalists, you are women, you are mothers. Triangle in your writing, you focus to that woman too much, who is always protected. Who almost to die. Her wish was to die. So one is gonna go, because Lena, I just took a break for a while to attend other things, and in that moment, that's where the whole thing happened. So, that pillar that she had was normal. You can imagine on hands of Suku and the temple, how many people lose hope. It shows on Moparo as a hope. And just one day, 2 days, just 2 days, being busy with other things. And then I can say we left Village One. But who clear her, she decided to take the other way. But with what the police are doing now, the new turnaround of the cases being accepted to be open, and that woman, Batokona will investigate her. It will give her hope. So we are going there now to see her. But for now, that's the story. Please, if it is a change her.
We have a picture.
Yeah, we do have a picture. Take the correct pictures. And they were given the one Arubeting more doctor, Baheta Yangwana Bare, Mwaling Hanke, Ante, it's not her. They were given the picture.
ngoba wonke the right one house to